Hello, basketball people, we have news. Let's go to more news about the Golden State Warriors. I ask you to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as I am a Warriors fan. If the Los Angeles Lakers release Nicolas Batum, he would be a good option for the Warriors rotation. Even as a veteran, he can contribute with his defensive versatility and help the Warriors advance in the playoffs. Coach Steve Kerr gives an encouraging statement about the Warriors. "We have a chance to recharge our batteries during the break and come back strong, and we have a lot to play for. So, obviously, we'll have to integrate Kristaps and bring Steph Curry back, and we believe we can be a very good team, and I think our players are showing why, with the way they're competing, moving the ball, and playing together. A player from their rival team could come to the Warriors via a buyout." Nicolas Batum appeared in the first 51 games of the season for the Clippers, but on Tuesday he was a healthy DNP, and on Wednesday he was out with a rest designation, which shouldn't happen for someone didn't play the previous game. It's looking like the Clippers are going with a youth movement at the wings, leaving Bogdanović and Batum without a role. The Warriors would probably not be the only team interested in Batum, but they would have the most playing time available to him immediately, and that might be enough to convince him to come aboard, assuming the Clippers buy him out. It's been a good career with the Golden State Warriors for Draymond Green, who might not have lasted in the NBA if not for the team's foresight in recognizing the unique challenge the ultra-strong Green could put in front of opponents. Had Green been drafted by any number of a wide swath of teams in the NBA, instead of landing with the Warriors in the second round, he might well have fizzled out as a player well ahead of his time. But Green did wind up with the Warriors, and helped lead Golden State's small ball revolution of a decade ago. The problem is, that era of the league has passed. The style of play Green's Warriors pioneered has given way to a similar style, only with players bigger than Green. Teams now can develop strong, versatile, and athletic big men in the mold of Green, but these days, many of them are 7-footers. Thank you for the death lineup, Mr. Green, but the services of 6'6" centers are not much required anymore. Especially, it seems, by the Warriors. Draymond Green owed $27.5 million for next season. And so we are probably not going to see Green around with the Warriors very much in the coming years. Green's contract can run up this summer and he can opt to be a free agent, but the $27.5 million for next season is not going to be available on the market for Green. Thus he should pick up that 2026-27 option, and is widely expected to. But Green wants to play beyond that, and things could get sketchy for Golden State from there. The Warriors are willing to hold Green for 2026-27, but beyond that, things get dicey. Golden State wants a more traditional center on the roster. That's not Green. It's possible that Green will seek an extension, probably 2 years, and something like $35 to $40 million to shore up his future in the league, but there's not much evidence that the Warriors want to pay that much to keep him. Here's how one Western Conference executive put it: he could stay on a small deal, a $6 million deal, something like that. As a player, his game never relied on health or springy steps or all that, so you can live with him not being 100%. He can still show some things. But you can't live with him shooting from the three-point line, you can't live with him being less and less useful on defense, and you can't live without his contract getting cut in half, more. Warriors center sticking for 4 more years? Green is averaging 8.6 points, 5.7 rebounds and 5.2 assists, solid role player numbers. He is shooting 41.7% from the field and 32.7% from the three-point line. He's been able to cultivate a leadership role with his fellow Warriors players, which is as it should be for a player who has been to 5 NBA Finals. But Green is a unique case, a past his prime scorer and defender who also happens to be a franchise icon. Green wants to continue playing, well into the future. If he can't do that with the Warriors, he will have to up and leave in free agency. Increasingly, that's how Green's future is shaping up. Green does not seem set on retirement. He chatted with NBA insider Mark Medina and offered a definitive statement on his future. "I feel great. I feel like I can go another 2 to 4 years. I think for me, I always want to try to compete at an elite level," Green said. "If I can't do that, then it's not as fun. but what I will say is that I have more left than I thought I would at this point. So as the years have gone by, the outlook on when I'll be done has changed. I thought I'd get to year 12 and that I'd be breaking down. But by the time I got to year 12, I felt like I was still getting better. What will the Warriors' performance be like for the remainder of the season? Who is this Warriors team, and what are they capable of for the remainder of the 2025-26 NBA season? The most likely answer, about 45 wins and a play-in tournament spot. Can they ascend to greater heights? Unlikely, but if it's possible, we should find out relatively soon after the week-long All-Star break. Steph Curry, who has missed Golden State's last 5 games with patellofemoral pain syndrome aka runner's knee on his right leg, could be ready for the team's first game back on February 19 against the Boston Celtics. Newly acquired center Kristaps Porzingis, who has dealt with Achilles tendonitis, could debut that same night against his former team. Warriors coach Steve Kerr provided an update on both stars after Golden State's 126-113 loss to the San Antonio Spurs on Wednesday at Chase Center. He shared that, in speaking to Curry pre-game, the veteran guard was feeling better and will be day-to-day through the break, while Porzingis progressed to half-court 5-on-5 scrimmages on Wednesday and also is trending in the right direction. Curry's return alone will provide the Warriors a massive boost for the stretch run. But if Porzingis is healthy, Golden State could unlock a new dimension to its offense that the front office has envisioned for years and attempted to add with veteran center Al Horford. Kristaps can do so much, he's a matchup nightmare for a lot of teams, Warriors guard DeAnthony Melton said post-game. You see with the Spurs, they have Victor Wembanyama, who's 7 foot a lot, and the stuff he can do and the matchup nightmares he brings to the table. So I think having Porzingis out there is going to give us a lot of size and mismatches that we need. Some teams he's going to kill because they can't physically match up with him. I think that's the stuff we need. And having 30 come back and just the floor spacing and having somebody over 7 feet that can really shoot the ball and he can still put the ball on the floor and make good decisions, that is going to be huge for us. If the Warriors were adding Porzingis to a team with a healthy Curry and Jimmy Butler, the sky might be the limit down the stretch. But after a physically and emotionally draining first half of the season concluded with Butler's torn ACL, Golden State would have to rely heavily on Porzingis staying healthy and playing at his best in order to sneak into the playoffs. History says that's a bad bet, but crazier things have happened. I think for us, it's just about getting healthy, Pat Spencer stated. Totally different ball club when you have number 30 out there and the new addition in KP, so I think for us, we're excited about having a little break. We're a little on the older side as a team, so to give a couple guys some rest, get healthy and come back, I think we're pretty excited about what it's going to look like as a collective group. Regardless of whether Curry and Porzingis can finish the season healthy, it's no secret that expectations have changed for the Warriors. Neither general manager Mike Dunleavy, Coach Steve Kerr nor any of Golden State's veteran leaders will deny it. Does that mean they're a lock for play-in purgatory? No, but only a very short amount of time will tell. Coach Steve Kerr continues to face criticism from Warriors fans due to the transfer of Jonathan Kuminga. Following the move that shipped Kuminga out of town, Kerr has now come under fire for the way that he handled the situation while it was unfolding. Greg Papa is clearly not a fan of Kerr's decision-making with Kuminga. He went as far as to suggest that it's time for the team to part ways with the head coach. This whole thing with Jonathan Kuminga is a bad look, Papa said. This is the worst look for a head coach. It may be time for Kerr to move on. This whole thing with Jonathan Kuminga is a bad look. This is the worst look for a head coach. It may be time for Kerr to move on. Greg Papa says the way the Kuminga saga was handled by the Warriors could impact the way free agents view Golden State as a destination, and Kuminga is an extremely talented player. He had shown flashes of developing into a key player for Golden State. It's disappointing that things didn't work out between the two parties. Rumors have been swirling about Kerr's future with the Warriors anyway. Even before the Kuminga trade, there has been speculation that this could be his final season with the team. Perhaps the way things went down with Kuminga could move him closer towards parting ways with Golden State. Steve Kerr won't be forgotten anytime soon in Golden State. Whether he ends up staying with the Warriors or not, Kerr is not going to be forgotten in the Bay Area anytime soon. Since taking over as the head coach of Golden State back in the 2014-15 NBA season, Kerr has had success that most head coaches can only dream of accomplishing. He has compiled a career 567-308 record, which is good for a 64.8 winning percentage. Kerr has also won 4 NBA Finals during his run. If this is his final season with the Golden State Warriors, he will have made it very difficult for whoever follows him to fill his shoes. Expect to continue hearing rumors about Kerr's future as the season moves forward. At the very least, he's facing heavy criticism and his future isn't certain.